This is the bad one. Um, we'll have it'll be a quick one today. Don't worry about it. We don't have to talk much about the movie. Um, so walk me through the last half an hour. Um, do you normally have? Sometimes you have computer problems. Was this one of those same computer problems that you're having? What was the issue?
It's a problem that I don't normally have, which is I
Yeah.
turned on my computer and I couldn't hear anything or say anything, and the website wasn't loading at all for my normal computer. So I said, okay, well, I guess I'm not using this computer. Maybe I'm just not going to be able to do this at all. I tried using it for a bit and just didn't end up working. And then Mackenzie brought me her other computer to try to use,
Oh, okay.
which is what I'm on now. So I'm on a
Right.
different computer entirely, which is clearly not reacting to my microphone very well. And
So different computer.
yeah,
Um, is there like software that your microphone uses? And, like, did you go
not that
into
I'm
like
aware of.
sound settings?
I mean, I plugged it in, and it like shows up like, oh, blue, whatever the fuck this is called, microphone. And that's the one I picked. I mean, I don't think I need to install any drivers or anything. When I first used it, I didn't have to
Right.
change anything about the settings.
We'll just say that you're on location for this episode, 126. We're not talking about it anymore. I'll do most of the talking. You can just sit there, looking pretty. Um, One thing we did forget to talk about last episode was Val Kilmer died. No,
We
I
did
was
not mention
going
that.
to, and then I forgot, and then I realized after the fact, oh, we didn't talk about Val Kilmer. Top secret, dead.
Yep, top secret
And
and
Tombstone, yeah,
Tombstone.
that's right. I mean,
I was pretty sure we hadn't talked about it, but that's okay.
no, maybe you talked about it at work with your friends. We didn't talk about it on the podcast.
Maybe.
I'm sure. I feel like he must have been in like Interview with a Vampire or something too. It seems like that kind of movie.
Definitely wasn't in that,
How
but
are you
that's okay.
doing? You doing okay?
I'm doing really, really good. Can't you tell?
Yeah. Yeah. Normally it's me with the internet or the computer problem, so that's kind of nice. It's not me for once. But I mean, I worked through all of my troubleshooting when you were having your issues. I'm like, oh, it must be me. But you seem like it was you. So,
Sometimes it
hey,
just be
I
me,
have some good news though.
That's fine.
Tomorrow's Friday,
Okay.
but
Tomorrow is
you're
Friday.
off, aren't you? Or is that
My
next week you're
Friday.
off? No, but
I'm
like
off.
during the week you're off
I'm
next
off.
Thursday, Friday.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's
separate
a
thing. We talked about
separate
that
thing.
already. Um, yeah. Okay. Cool. 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 Um, you know much about the alphabet? Yeah, all 26
Yeah,
letters. Okay, this
yeah,
one
I
is
know all of
for
them.
both of us, really. It's Canada. It's about Canada. It's about the mail. Five of the
Okay.
13 two-letter postal abbreviations for Canadian provinces and territories start with this letter. So you know how BC it's V.
Yeah.
Right now, I can't name another one. I think Quebec might be P.
Right.
There's a T, I believe. Apparently, five of the 13 provinces or territories uses the same letter.
In the postal abbreviation
Yeah,
or the postal
postal
code?
abbreviations. So
So wouldn't it be N then? So N for like Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, Nunavut, Northwest Territories, and
N is
I
the
don't know
correct
some other
answer,
one.
yeah, but I didn't know that. Um, but why are we V?
No, I think it means like the abbreviations of the
Oh, two
provinces,
letter.
not
Oh, I see. I
you know
misread
like
the
so
right word
we're like
BC, right?
BC.
New Brun. Yeah, okay, you're right. Okay, that makes sense. That's a win for Jesse. You need one of those. Here's
Totally.
another. Speaking of Val Kilmer, here's another slam dunk for you. Actors who played this
Okay.
Caped Crusader include Adam West, Michael Keaton, and Robert Pattinson, and Val Kilmer,
Wow, that's crazy.
who's Bruce Wayne. Yeah,
As
yeah.
a Batman. Bruce Wayne Batman,
Another
yeah, that's true.
superhero, 007 actor. As Detective Benoit Blanc, this 007 actor got to try out a new accent in the Knives Out films.
Daniel Craig.
Great. You watched many of the Marvel movies? Okay, okay.
Yeah.
On being offered roles that could win him an Oscar, Samuel L. Jackson said, "No thanks. I'd rather be this Marvel superhero."
Um he's not really a
Okay.
superhero. What the hell's his name? He's got an eye
Yeah, yeah.
patch and
He's got
he's
like a
in all like
normal
the
first
Marvel
name.
movies.
It's kind of
Yeah.
a common one.
Um
It's four letters.
yeah.
His last name's pretty crazy,
Yeah.
pretty ooh, strong. Nick Fury.
Yeah. Nick Fury, that's it, yeah. I knew that for sure, but
The first two
couldn't get
ones
there.
of the week were math questions that wouldn't make any sense if I said them out loud to you. So I skipped those.
Okay.
And the other one I'll skip as well. Boring. Okay. Um,
Okay.
yeah. Do you have anything you want to talk about? Get off your chest? Rage a little bit?
No, I don't want to rage. I'm just a little annoyed because it just took a long time to figure out, and then I didn't even get it fully figured out.
It could just be the computer. Could just be the
Apparently, I sound
computer.
like crap.
Is it?
This computer's newer. This is a nicer computer
Maybe
than the
that's a
one I
problem.
was using. Too nice. I hate when that happens.
It's okay. Who cares?
But I guess it works in a pinch.
Yeah. My mom will just be a little annoyed, but other than that, who cares?
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you just.
So
What
yeah,
are you looking
that's
at on the
that.
computer?
I was just trying to figure something out, but I can't be fucked. That doesn't matter.
Whoa, that kind of language. What are you in the movie In Bruges? My goodness.
A lot of profanity
It
in
was
that
a
one.
movie I wasn't expecting it to go in directions that it went. Let me just tell you that.
Right. Did it. Direct? Wait, what do you mean?
Um, I wasn't expecting it to go in the direction that it did.
Oh, in the
When
direction that it did, I
I
see.
just thought it was much like the newest Martin McDonough movie starring Colin Farrell and Brendan Gleeson, Banshees of Inisherin, but it was nothing like that movie at all.
Right. I haven't seen that movie, but I would have to assume this is nothing like it. I don't think that movie's supposed to be funny at all, is it?
Banshees of Inisherin was funny in more of a subtle way. Yeah, they use comedy for sure. Brendan
Okay.
Gleeson, he isn't he isn't concerned with his body much the same way in both movies as well. I noticed. He's willing to
Okay.
sacrifice himself for the greater good.
Is,
They
hmm,
do tone
yes.
down kind of the racism a little bit in the Banshees movies.
Right.
Um, well,
Right. Movies.
movie.
I think it's
I
just
have
one, right?
no plural. What do you think of the film that was nominated for an Oscar for Best Original Screenplay?
Um, I thought it was pretty original, I guess.
Hmm.
I had really good writing, I thought. Um, kind of like reminded me of Hot Fuzz in terms of like the writing, very cleverly written, and yeah, very well acted as well. What you
Yeah,
think?
well acted, well written. I don't know if you said that. Well written for sure.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, it was an interesting story, interesting plot. Simple, but
yeah,
very effective.
it was simple.
Colin
Yeah,
Colin
but also
Farrell just
effective. You're right.
they just let him loose, and he was a wild man.
He was a wild man. Brendan Gleeson was great. He was a favorite part of that movie for me.
I think Brendan Gleeson's good in everything he's in. It's that kind of actor.
Yeah, well, yeah. I saw him like after this movie. I'm like, I got to see more of his movies because I really like him. So I'll probably watch Banshees pretty soon.
Yeah,
I
I
guess.
would recommend it. Harry Potter as well. Um,
Yeah, I've seen those many times. And Paddington 2. Can't forget that.
yeah, he plays the voice of Paddington. We all know that. Paddington in Peru?
Yeah. And then when I was like looking at his movies, he's not in that one. And then there's other movies like he's in Gangs of New York, which I've seen, but I don't remember him that. And I've seen Braveheart, and I don't remember him in that. And I've seen Ballad of Buster Scruggs, and I don't remember him in that. And I've seen Mission Impossible 2, and I don't remember him in that. So there's plenty of movies I've seen him in. He's in Beowulf, apparently. I don't really remember that either. But, that's a me problem, I suppose. Not a him problem.
Yeah, Voldemort, also the bad guy in this. Another Harry Potter.
Yes, that's true. And also the lady
That's
who
true,
plays
yeah.
Fleur de la Cour. And, yeah. So it's a big old Harry Potter reunion. Because Colin Farrell plays a young, or no, who does he play? I don't know, he plays someone in the Fantastic
Oh,
Beasts
right. I
movies.
thought you were getting a mix up with the other British guy, David Tennant, who plays a young Barty Crouch.
No. Yeah. Barty Crouch
Oh, right.
Jr.
Ah, yeah, we should watch Harry Potter.
See, now is, it
This
doesn't
movie was
matter.
good too because it was very unpredictable. Um, who would have thought that Colin Farrell does what he does? Jimmy punches a woman, punches a guy he thought was an American. Turns out was a Canadian man. Um, just a wild guy.
Yes.
And I mean, Brendan Gleeson, spoiler, dies three-quarters of the way in the movie by
Yeah.
jumping off a building.
Jumping off a building to warn what's his
Yeah,
nuts about the other dude.
Ken.
Yeah.
Ken was Brendan
Yeah.
Gleeson's name. Um, and so then at that point, uh, once he died, I'm like, okay, Colin Farrell's definitely dying. It just felt like that kind of a movie.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, he probably did die. He got shot quite a few times, but we don't know. He might have been saved.
We don't know.
I also liked the whole beginning with the priest and the child, and
Yeah.
that set the tone for the whole film. That was the plot, and then
Mm-hmm.
Voldemort killing himself because he's a man of morals. Gotta stand by your morals.
That's right.
If you kill a kid, you gotta kill yourself.
Yeah, this movie. Yeah, there's like this compilation on YouTube of like the best insults in movies, and two of them that are on in that compilation are in this movie about like the inanimate object, and when Brendan Gleeson's talking about Ray Fiennes' kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, not a word I'm going to repeat here, but he says it many times. I guess about Ray Fiennes.
I've rescinded.
But anyway.
Yeah, the dynamic between the characters are all pretty good. Doesn't pass the Bechdel test, I don't believe.
Definitely.
I don't think two women talk to each other. But there are women.
No.
So that's good.
Yes, there are.
Let's just try to look for any cool facts. This film was filmed in Belgium. I feel like the city of Bruges paid them to make this movie because it was quite the advertisement.
Yeah, it did make me want to go to Bruges, see the Basilica of the Holy Blood, or
whatever. On the canals.
Hanging on the canal, touch the blood of Christ. See all the art.
Drink. Oh yeah. It's a 2008 film, but it felt like it could have been made in 2005. Just the kind of language they were using.
Right. Yeah, I thought that was a bit. I wasn't sure how to feel about that, but I mean, movies of that time, I guess, suppose maybe a bit late in that sort of era. This is how the type of comedy that was going on.
In the original script, Ray and Ken. Oh, Jimmy. We're like a junior. Ray and Ken are British, but they got Colin Farrell and Brendan Gleeson, so they made him Irish.
You got it if you're using those two. They played a Dubliners song near the end. I like the Dubliners. I like some good Irish music. Irish Rover. You ever listen to the Irish Rover?
Nope. Colin Farrell and Brendan Gleeson were both nominated for a Golden Globe for this movie, but Colin Farrell won. So.
Colin Farrell won. There you go. He's been in some good stuff.
Yeah, The Penguin. Haven't seen it.
I mean, neither.
I just watched Colin Farrell film.
And
The Lobster.
The Lobster.
Just watched The Lobster.
Is a good one.
Finally, after so many years. Okay.
Is that Yorgos Lanthimos? I think it is, right? He makes some weird movies.
Yeah. We're kind of speedrunning this film. Anything else you want to say about In Bruges? In Bruges?
No, I don't think so. In Bruges? I mean, it does make me want to go to Bruges. So you're right. Maybe they got paid for that.
The F word is used 126 times in the 107-minute film. 1.18 fucks per minute. The hotel owner, the pregnant one, she was good too.
Yeah.
She didn't talk to a woman, but she was good.
Yes, she was. Right.
It took 12 weeks to shoot the entire film, which sounds like a short amount of time.
It does. It does indeed. But, I mean, movie that doesn't feel like a ton happened.
No, I was thinking that too.
It does.
But I didn't feel like a ton didn't happen, but it didn't feel like a ton happened. If that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense. Having just watched it, I have to agree with you.
Yeah, I'm starting to watch movies the day of recording as well, and maybe it helps. Maybe it helps. That might change, but for now, It works.
I don't know. Sometimes it helps you remember things, and then sometimes you come back, you think about it a week later, and you go, oh, and you think about it differently. You had time to reflect. But for me, mostly, I just end up forgetting the movie
Right.
we watched. Although I do remember last week we watched The Adventures of Buckaroo Banzai Across
Yeah,
the Eighth Dimension. But the movie before that, I would not be able to tell you what we watched. Oh, Rain of Fire, maybe?
that makes sense. Yeah. I don't have the list open.
Yeah. So I guess I do remember.
What was before Ring of Fire? It was your movie? No, it would have been my movie.
It was something fire related.
It was something fire related.
Because I know I picked Mississippi Burning, and then you picked something fire related, and then I picked Rain of Fire, and it was like the Fire trilogy.
Oh, right. Okay. Oh, I have it open. It's Midnight Run. There were fires in that.
Oh yes, my favorite fire
Actually,
related
no,
movie.
was there a fire? I don't know.
I don't know. I don't
Okay.
think so.
Well, let's get to scores. It's gonna be one of those episodes.
Yeah. Don't expect what you normally expect for these ones, people, even though this is 21 minutes in already, so me telling you this now is really not good for anything. But
how do you feel about the acting?
I thought the acting was really good, especially from the main folks. I didn't really like that Canadian guy.
Well, he wasn't in it very much.
And yeah, that's true. And like the American actor guy who gets shot at the end.
He prefers dwarf.
I could live without him.
They said that in the film.
Yeah, that's the one. They did say that. So that means you're allowed to say it. Yeah, but otherwise very good. So I think maybe I'd give it like an 8 out of 10.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it an 8.5 out of 10. They won the Golden Globe. Colin Farrell, Brendan Gleeson. They have such a great dichotomy. It's a great relationship on screen that you'll see.
Yeah.
You'll see again
Nice
when you
work.
watch
Nice work.
Banshees of Inisherin, which I think is maybe it's on something. Crave, maybe.
Probably.
Yeah, and the bit characters are all good too. I mean, even Voldemort was pretty good as he was the bad guy, but there was a comedic tone there. It wasn't as serious bad guy, but he still killed a bunch of people.
Yeah.
Well, he killed one person, 2 people, I guess, and then himself.
Yeah.
All because of a misunderstanding. Which I guess, well, maybe we'll touch on the ending, but that was problematic. Anyways, ending. I'll start. It was kind of problematic. A lot of the stuff in the film was problematic, but like the whole conversation about the war that's coming. I want to be on the Vietnamese side.
Right.
But Ralph Fiennes Voldemort shoots a man in the head, blows his head right off, and he thinks it's a child, and because of previous storyline, so the whole plot basically was because Ray killed a kid, and then the whole morals, which was interesting, but him shooting a self-proclaimed dwarf, thinking it's a child, and then killing himself, a little problematic. I did like this like fight or chase scene at the end. Felt different and fresh than what we've seen maybe in the past. It was entertaining. It didn't feel like a cliche. I liked it. So I'm gonna give it 7.5 for ending. 7.5. Who knows what happened to him? We don't.
Right. Yeah, but the ending was a bit strange too, in that like, they're shooting each other in the street and on the movie set at the end. No one really seems to be
They
panicking at
panic
all,
after the guy gets
or
three
just kind
shots
of.
in the back.
Well, I guess a little bit, and I guess they panic when Ken,
Mm-hmm.
jumps ladders, that whole thing. Amazing he was able to talk a little bit after that. That's pretty far to go,
Perhaps unrealistic.
but I don't know. Maybe I wouldn't be a hard thing to test, I suppose. But and also like a lot of things happen in this movie. It reminds me of like I'm trying to think of what other movies we watched that this reminds me of, but it definitely does. Where people do things that like normal human reactions wouldn't be what they're doing. Like, I don't know, like, oh, you just shot that guy in the face with a blank. And the woman's
My
just like,
boyfriend. Yeah.
oh. Yeah, kind of like that. Which I guess I kind of liked. I don't know. It has nothing to do with the ending, really. But yeah, I do. I guess I kind of like an ending that you don't know for sure what happened. Is he dead? Is he not dead? I don't know. It was different. I'll give the ending a 7.
Okay. Well, how
For
do
all
you
that
how do you feel about
jabbering,
the
I give it
movie
a
as
7.
a whole with a score out of 10?
I did like the movie. I really liked the dialogue. And Brendan Gleeson, I really liked. And yeah, it was nice seeing people who know how to act do the acting thing, which I suppose is what a movie really is, isn't it?
Yeah.
People on the screen saying things, and you can believe them or you cannot believe them. And I was believing them, I suppose. But yeah, I guess maybe a part of this film was a bit problematic as well for 2005. But I don't know. Sometimes it's tough to put that aside. Sometimes it's not. I feel like I'm rambling. I was gonna give it a 7.5. I mean, it is a good movie for sure. Let's go with that. 7.5.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for that. Um, yeah, it was a good movie. Good ending. Good acting. Entertaining. Um, funny. Unpredictable. Irish. Everything you'd want. Drug use.
Right.
Prostitutes. People.
Yeah, it's got
Um,
everything really.
I'm gonna give it an 8. 8 out of 10 for In Bruges. I want to say In Bruges so bad.
Yeah,
Um,
you can for comedic effect. It's quite funny. In Bruges.
what's the
Funny.
capital of Belgium? Brussels. I've only been to Brussels. I've never been to Bruges.
You've been
I
to
was there for
Brussels?
like a day, uh, traveling in between Germany and Amsterdam.
Right, of course.
Good times,
Well
good
traveled
times.
as you are.
Okay. In Bruges, what are we watching next week?
Where are we watching? I'll probably watch it
What
in
are we
my house.
watching?
Oh, what are we watching? Well, I don't know. That's up to you.
So, we're going back to the well. I saw, well, I didn't see anything. We're doing Mars Attacks. You ever seen Mars Attacks?
I
Okay,
have seen Mars
we're not doing
Attacks,
Mars Attacks.
but it's been a long time. Well, we can still do it. It's been a long
I
time
just
since
saw,
I've seen it.
for some reason, I saw a trailer for Mars Attacks, and in the 1996 film that just has like a pretty star-studded cast. It's not a great
Yeah.
score. I think it's 3.2 on the letterboxed meter. But it's just like
Right.
name after name. I mean, I have a backup if you
I remember like
if you don't want to do that one.
well, it's up to you. I mean, I remember in the 2000s I watched it and then it seemed to be always on cable. So I feel like I've seen it quite a few times. But if you want to pick that, that's fine. But if you want to go with your backup, that's also fine. It's up to you.
No, we don't have to do Mars Attacks. We can keep it fresh. I'm not going to edit that out. That's going to stay in. We're doing Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Only because yesterday I saw an article saying that Ryan Gosling is going to be rebooting it. He has a film company and they're going to be remaking Killer Clowns from Outer Space, which has a 3.3
classic.
on the letterboxed meter, so a little better cult classic film.
I've been meaning to watch that one, and I haven't. So there you go.
Yeah. So if you're listening,
It's
is
definitely
on
on something. That's the one.
So if you're watching and you're like, oh no, I wanted to watch Mars Attacks, you can watch Mars Attacks. It's on Prime as well. Feel free. And let us know what you think, because eventually I'll watch it.
And don't make any comments about how bad my microphone sounds, because it'll upset me. Josh has already done that like 4 times, and it really upset me. And so now here we are, and if I see a comment about it, I'll be even more upset. You don't want that, do you?
Have you ever seen Interstellar? You look and sound like Matthew McConaughey when he's in space, and like he's years in the future, and he's talking to Chris Pratt. Is it Chris Pratt? His son on the video conference or whatever. You just sound like look and sound like you're in space.
Oh, thank you very much. That really makes me feel super nice.
Keeping it honest.
You know what you look like?
What?
You look like my good friend Josh.
That's so nice. Any Easter plans?
Let's leave it at that.
We talked about this?
Any Easter plans?
Going to dinner somewhere?
Easter Sunday, I'm going to Indian buffet for lunch with some work friends.
And an Indian buffet, right, is that the one that at like across the street from Bin 4? Is that Indian buffet? Like by, like, you know where Red Robin or like the DSW is?
No, not there. This is closer. This is very close to your neck of the woods.
Indian?
So that way, probably a 5-minute walk from your
turmeric.
House. And it's
yeah, I can get there in 5 minutes. But I don't need to be invited. Don't worry about me. Sunday, I'm busy.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, you don't know any of the people I'm going with, so that might be a little strange.
I'm good at making friends. You know how many people I walk by in the street and say good morning to? I don't know these people, but you say good morning. You pet their dogs.
Because you're a mailman.
Like, oh, what a good boy. Like, actually, it's a female? Like, oh, what a good girl.
Have you been seeing a lot more free piles on the side of the road?
There is not really piles, no. You don't see many bins with a lot of stuff in them. You just see furniture. So there's like, sometimes there's just one chair. Right now, for the last 2 days, there's been like a desk, but it's purple wooden desk.
Okay.
Very bulky.
Mm-hmm.
But no free piles.
That's my favorite part of this time of year is all the free piles. And sometimes, I mean, it hasn't been a ton. You find really good stuff. You gotta get pretty lucky.
Yeah.
But I feel like, I mean, that was the highlight of working at Canadian Springs, is whenever I saw something, I could pull over and quickly take a look. And being a mailman, just walking up and down the streets, I'm sure you see plenty of free things, especially when the weather gets even nicer.
Yeah, I do deliver in like a good neighborhood, so you would think free piles would happen, for sure.
Yeah. Well, if you ever find anything good for free, let me know, because I'd be super interested to hear what
Okay.
you got. Next time you see one, you'll be like, you know what? I need to. And sometimes you see a box and you're like, it's not going to be worth looking in, but sometimes it is. Sometimes there's something hidden in there. You're like, oh,
I have a
wow,
TV show
what
that
a
you might
treasure.
be interested in watching. It's called Storage Wars.
Yeah.
I think you'd really dig Storage Wars.
Right. Yeah, I've seen some Storage Wars, but it's all like staged anyway.
Yeah. There's Canadian Storage Wars, I think.
Yeah.
That can't be staged.
Oh. That's true. It's Canadian. Okay, well, I had a great time this episode. If you could tell or not, I don't know.
It's just the risk, and I mean, I run into it too. The risk of having, turning your computer on once a week. Like sometimes it's just not going to work the way you want it to work.
That's true. I should start turning on the computer a bunch earlier than when I'm like gonna start, and then I could probably sleep before.
Yeah, that's what I do. Like
But I
I get home from work, you turn on the computer, boot it up, hope the internet works.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
If there's even a next time, we might get canceled after this performance. 126 in Bruges, Killer Clowns coming up. It's kind of like last week's movie, but that's okay. I'm in that kind of mood,
There you go. Sometimes it happens.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Jesse, thank you. Listener, thank you.
Thank you very much.
50 minutes again. Great job.
Welcome.